y'all. We was real life about to like freestyle in here. We was about to have a whole battle.
Where did you find your intro music?
Tone put that together.
Shout out to Tone.
Cheers
to
to
Tone.
Tone.
Cheers to Tone. Cheers to Tone.
You go ahead and do a little air horn. Good looking out. You put us together today. We looking good on the screen. Yeah.
It's all about improvising, man. You know.
Yes. We make it work. We do what we gotta do around these parts. You heard?
Sometimes improvising.
Yeah.
Sometimes improvising. I done went too far with improvising. Like I remember I had this one date and she told me she was on her way, so I hurried up and vacuumed. And for some reason, I had got the idea to throw away like rose petals everywhere. And I don't know what type of signal that painted for her. Like I was a total romance or I was a straight simp. But
oh my God.
Which one? Guy, you
gonna have to ask her that.
We gonna ask the chat. What y'all think?
Man, that's a funny one, right?
Yeah, that is. I got stories for days about that, man. Like I said before, like we said in the room, dating is the battlefield, and you always want to come with your best foot forward, but you always want to come with a master plan. But things don't always work that way, so you got to improvise.
Man, okay. I guess once you learn that person, you figure it out.
Hey, you got to fail forward. I'm failing forward with the shits. That's all about my quotes. Hey, that's what the quotes is about.
He said, I'm on a hiatus. You ain't wrong, man. Well, welcome everybody to Mind My Own Podcast. I'm your host, Kenda. Welcome back. It's good to be back. It's been a few weeks. Let me break it down to y'all what happened to me for the month of November. Well, actually, let's go back to October. Okay, so October, I had my Coach My Growth event, edition 2. It wore me out. If you're a business owner, you understand that when you're putting events together and you're working with other people and collaborating on things, it can take quite a bit of time, quite a bit of energy. And after that, I just needed a break. Plus, my birthday just passed recently. I'm going to clap for me. Scorpio season is over, but there is always a Scorpio in your season. Whether you like it or not, you got a favorite Scorpio friend. I just might be her. But yeah, so my birthday happened November 16th, turned 38. 38, be great to me. That is my motto. 38, be great to me until I turn 39, and then I'll change it to something else.
You was hella fly on your birthday.
Thank you. When you start 50, you just stop caring. Man, but you did a huge birthday party, though.
I tried to, and the bucks given were very, very faint.
Well, you know what? I might be 50 already, man. I read this book. I forget the author. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
I've seen that book. I haven't read it.
I need that book.
Yeah. As you read, as you continue to go on in life, stress is the main killer in all of us. You know what I'm saying? And the less fucks you give, the more happier you'll be.
Really?
Yes.
We put so much stress on caring about what other people think.
Yes.
Put less on that and more about what you think, and ends up equaling not giving a fuck.
You know what?
That's the formula.
That's what I was talking about one day. I recently ran into a good friend at this restaurant, Brunch. Shout out to Brunch.
I've never been there. I'd like to go there too.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice. But I ran into them and we just ended up having this conversation on expectations. And I feel like sometimes our expectations could be led by other people's opinions.
Ooh, you just said a word.
When you put your you know what I'm saying, your way of living and other people's opinions and their way of living, who the fuck are you living for?
Right.
Are you living for the opinion of people or are you living for yourself?
Right.
Everybody want to keep up with the Joneses, but who the fuck is the Joneses?
I don't even know those guys.
And with the social media aspect of things, you start living life for what social media actually that takes that whole little lifestyle right there.
It sure does. It takes a toll on you too. I just made a post about that recently. I said it can weigh on you if you let it, right? If you see everybody else doing elaborate trips and buying expensive gifts or in love, or their business is booming and things like that, and yours isn't as hot right now. Like, people will let that go to their spirit, their head. It'll put them in a place where they feel like they're not doing enough, or that they're doing things too slow, or that they're too old. I've seen 20-year-olds say, I'm not doing enough right now. My friends are millionaires, or my friends are making all this money doing all these things. I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be. You're 25. Like, yeah, so there's even pressure on like the younger Gen Z group of, population, where they think that they should be doing more. Even these kids these days, like I have a son, he's 15. Mom, can you give me Balenciaga? What? I would never had asked my mom for Balenciaga. I don't even have any Balenciaga.
To high school?
Yeah, he's in high school.
We used to be rocking that in high school. It's going like to physics.
They're wearing Gucci sneakers. They're wearing Louis Vuitton, red bottoms, and they're in high school.
I can't even spell Balenciaga.
I do want some Gucci sneakers though, for real.
They fly. I ain't gonna lie.
And they just
are very
plain.
fly.
Hey, the next best thing is like some we call it some Stan Smiths. Like I want some Stan Smith Adidas is the same equivalent. It looked exactly the same. They just ain't Gucci.
Yeah, they just ain't Gucci. I like. I'm a huge Nike head. I like New Balances is like a new thing for me.
Mhm.
I like.
I love New Balance.
I love a good Nike Dunk Low. Air Jordans are always a fave. A pair of sneakers I still don't own yet. Yeezys. Yeezys I don't own yet.
I don't think I will ever own a pair of Yeezys. I'll listen to the albums, but buying the shoes, hell no.
Man, them albums is heat.
The albums is heat.
Yeah, the albums is heat. But
I hear good things about his shoes though, man. But
yeah,
it's
I
just
heard
not
they're very
me.
comfortable. I just don't own any.
Honestly, man, that's the whole reason why I started making my whole clothing brand, is because I've stopped caring about labels, and again, looking in the opinions of other people.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck you want some Balenciagas?
Well,
What is that going to
let's
make
get
you?
into that, because you just mentioned your brand, and that's really the reason we're here today, right?
It is,
Is
yeah.
to talk about you, Mr. Judge Rodgers, my cousin, by the way. Let's clap. My
Cheers.
cousin, Judge Rodgers.
Cheers.
He is
cheers.
here today in the hot seat.
Hot as
So
some Yeezys. Hot as some Yeezys.
so Judge is the owner and founder of Facts by Fiction.
Yep, that's right. Facts
That's what
by
this.
Fiction.
You guys see this around town. This is my cousin. This is Judge. Facts by Fiction.
I got two logos. I got an away logo and I got a home logo. The brand that you're wearing right now, that's my home logo. That's something that I wake up every day around 4:45 in the morning. It's really my therapy. I make those hoodies every day. I make t-shirts every day.
Yeah.
It just keeps my peace. And this is my away logo. This is what I get mass produced. My away logos always have some cool quotes on it.
I was gonna say that's like my favorite part about your brand, actually.
Yeah, that's what Facts by Fiction is. It's basically just statements of a collective conscience.
Can you give me a statement right now? I actually got one of your shirts in front of me, and I love this. You got fail fast, fail forward, fail often, learn from
your mistakes, and the last L you make will be successful.
Love it. I love it.
I was reading a lot of I fell into this rabbit hole of Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to a bunch of his affirmations. I was listening to his book on Audible.
Mm-hmm.
Shout outs to Will Smith.
Shout out to Will Smith.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my favorite actors, even though y'all been clowning him lately.
Right.
Mhm.
I don't really like y'all clowning my boy.
His book is amazing.
Yeah, I know he's a very intelligent man. I feel like his love life really has nothing to do with us. Outside of his love life, man, it's a core, a man that's solid to the core. Like
Mhm.
He just seemed like a dope individual. But go ahead.
But in Will's book, again, backtracking on what we was talking about, living in the opinions of other people, feeling like you can't. He was talking about how you feeling like you can't swear or do certain things because he has a fresh eye in the public's eye. So for him to be doing wild or crazy things is not his rep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not his brand. Will Smith wasn't just a human being. He was a brand. You know what I'm saying? He was the Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince.
You know what I'm saying? Respectful. Wipe your shoes off before you get in the room. You know what I'm saying? Family Guy. But yeah, so he talked about failing and how he was so afraid of failure, which goes into his whole ordeal with his whole relationships, but that's another story. But he doesn't want to fail. No one wants to fail. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to learn how to run. Everybody wants to ride a bike, but they don't want to fall off the bike.
These days nobody they ain't trying to ride the bike. They trying to be on them scooters. They out here on them scooters real fast.
Yeah, and they're forgetting the process.
Yeah.
So when they do hit that pothole with no helmet, they don't know how to fall. They don't know how to tuck and roll.
They never did it before. Yeah.
You'll fuck around and hurt yourself.
That's true.
So what Will Smith was saying was he had to lean into his failure. You have to lean into your failure. You have to fail fast, fail forward, fail often.
What would you describe as failure? Like, what is failure? I think a lot of people fear failure because they confuse what it actually is. But I feel like maybe it's defined differently depending on who you are and where you've come from and where you want to be.
Well, Thomas Edison, he made the light bulb, right? In that process of him making that light bulb, I read that he failed a bunch of times. But he quoted that it wasn't failure. It was just learning a way that it didn't work. Learning a different way. I mean, we were just talking about upstairs, Cheers bar, upstairs at the Sherman Phoenix.
Nice. They just opened, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Sherman Phoenix is doing a lot of things right now. We'll get on that. But
I love that.
Yeah. What was I just saying? I forget my whole.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
This happens.
Bad podcast.
Happens.
Well, I fail fast.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
Look at that.
So Thomas Edison said in his process of making a light bulb, he didn't fail 100 times. He just learned a bunch of ways that it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So just because you might go a different route doesn't necessarily mean that that's failure. Failure is just not reaching your goal in the way that you want to reach your goal.
Yeah.
But with failure, you know what I'm saying, that's a lesson. That's what I've turned my losses into lessons.
Yeah.
You know.
Can I add on to that?
Go for it.
Because I was at a training and one of the representatives from Google came, and that's one of their philosophies of fail fast. And they encourage their employees to fail fast because it's quicker to find out where you failed to make the recovery to actually make the improvement to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Right.
Exactly.
Fail fast as you can. Find out what don't work so you can actually make it better.
Yeah, because the longer you take too, you prolong the process of what you really.
Because some of us fail and keep on doing the same shit, hoping that it's going to change. And like, wait, no, stop.
Which is also the definition of insanity.
Right. Stop. Go back to the drum board. Try that shit again. Faster.
Absolutely.
So that's basically what that quote is, and that's basically, you see how all of us can understand and we can receive that message.
Yeah.
That is what a collective conscience is. A lot of people always ask me what the hell a collective conscience is. That's what collective conscience is. When we can get on one accord and we can have one firm understanding on what our message is going to be.
Yeah.
And who knows where it's going to come from.
Yeah. But
it's facts. But who said it? It's fiction. Facts by fiction.
I love it. Let me clap for you again.
Yeah.
I'm going to say for me with failure, I always battle with the whole failure thing because Also, on the flip side, I feel like you never really actually fail because it is a learning lesson, right? And you can't achieve the greater things in life unless you learn lessons.
Mhm.
You literally can't. Um, you literally cannot make your goals or accomplish your goals if you don't figure out the moving parts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how am I supposed to know that this is going to work or this is going to work unless I try it?
Right.
And then if I try it and it doesn't work, it doesn't mean that I failed. It actually means I succeeded in learning that doesn't work.
Some people don't even try it
Yeah.
because they're
So
afraid what it might look like.
exactly. Yeah, it is. It can be scary. Um, what about when people fear success? Instead of feeling failure is the flip side. People fear success, and I think that's why they don't try.
I think that sometimes I battle with that.
Yeah.
I battle with that because the higher you climb up, the bigger the fall is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm always apprehensive on, taking those steps because I know it's going to lead somewhere. And what if it doesn't measure out to what I expect?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to expect the unexpected when it comes to investing in yourself.
Yeah.
And that's a huge pill to swallow.
You know what, too? Like, I feel like even with that, let's look at Andre 3000 for a second.
Love his album.
So I haven't gotten a chance to listen to his album yet, but that is a goal of mine to listen to Andre 3000's album.
I love your goals.
Yes.
I love that.
It's a total goal. Why? Because I'm on a whole nother.
What is that? What is this?
This is my kumbaya pose. Okay.
Okay.
This is me saying, let's get into it.
Well, on his album, you can hear him failing at playing the instrument.
I've heard
Yeah.
that it's got its good moments, and then it's got moments where people are like, okay, I see what he was trying to do there.
He is practicing and learning and failing and succeeding at this
At the same time.
all at the same time.
He's already like one of the number one albums.
I love it. I love that.
And he surpassed so many other artists.
And everybody had low hopes for that.
Yeah, everybody had low hopes for it. I'm going to say that my biggest thing is here you got a guy who is known for his lyricism. He's an artist. He is totally capable of killing someone in a battle. You already know he's got the intelligence. And I think a huge part of being a rapper or a lyricist is being intelligent. You got to be, and having a very wide range of vocabulary also helps.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's a very smart guy.
That goes into being a proper MC.
Yes.
What you mean. There's a difference between a rapper and an MC.
MC, rapper, or rapper lyricist, same thing to me.
Okay.
So
Tomato.
yeah. So I put it together to explain. But what I'm saying is you got somebody who has gone 17 years without making any music. And everyone expects him to be the same after 17 years. Now, typically, you wouldn't have someone of his caliber doing that, right? You wouldn't have them coming out with a flute album. It's completely shocking. It's different.
I mean, coming from a band that's Outkast, what can you expect?
I mean, they were already pretty elaborate, and he had his own funky way of style. Even the production with the beats and the type of music, it was like a mesh between like pop, rock, rap, like insane, crazy. Gives me a little bit Wu-Tang vibes. And then you got him coming out with a flute album. A lot of people felt like he was failing by putting that out there. They already wrote him off as failed before they even listened. But then you got some people who want to overstand, not understand. They want to overstand the reason he was confident enough to put this type of album out there. That took a lot. That took a lot. It takes a lot to take a chance or a risk and do something different than you've ever done. But clearly, we were talking about this earlier, he took a passion and made it his business.
Profit.
He made it his business.
Passion into profit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's talk more about that. That was something you brought up to me. And I think that that was just a great example to say you can definitely do that. And that's why you got some people who have their hands dipped in more than one pot.
Mm-hmm.
Is because they're so passionate about more than one thing.
And
Let's talk about it.
And it was the highest streamed album this month.
Wow.
Yeah, I implore you to. I implore you to listen to that album. It's
more than Drake and all that shit.
Yeah.
That says a lot about that. Just that goes to show that you can put yourself out there and you can go one road and be successful. You can go another road and be successful that way too. It's not a one-way street. You can take several streets to the same location if you wanted to. I can take Burleigh, Capitol, Sherman, to several different places.
I like to take 55th Street. I like to go crib, man. 55th.
And I'm gonna get to where I gotta go, even if it's a roadblock, because there's a lot of roadblocks lately. There's a lot of roadblocks lately on our streets. God dang on Milwaukee.
You gotta go. Yeah.
But you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. You just gotta energy goes where energy flows.
Oh, I love that.
And actually,
energy goes where energy flows.
And no matter what you do, like no matter what you want, if you're putting your energy towards something, that's where your energy is gonna go.
Yeah.
Like Andre 3000 probably wanted to make a rap album. He wanted to. He tried. That's his first song, but that he wanted to make a rap album. But this is where the wind blew him.
Mm-hmm. And me and you've been there where we wanted to make rap albums.
Oh yeah, you can still look me up on YouTube. Alpha Brand Man,
He raps. I used to rap in my youth. I haven't rapped in a long time.
She got it.
I used to, but it just goes to show that you can try, like I said, try so many different things until you figure out what works for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you failed. It just means that you figured it out.
Mm-hmm. Or you haven't.
Or you're still trying to figure it out.
I think everybody's in the process of figuring out. And the only time that you fail is when you don't get the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh. Y'all heard that?
That's what it is, for real.
Get up unless you can be successful sitting down.
I don't know a lot of people that's, that's successful doing nothing.
Just doing nothing.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that want to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I see that a lot. Like a lot of people just want to sit down and
get paid.
And get paid for being existing.
Man. Let's dig deep. Cuz. We about to dig deep. So I want to ask you.
I'm digging. I'm dig what you're putting down, man. As a matter of fact, I just want to give you roses. Because I dig what you've been always putting down. Like I told you, I fell into a rabbit hole.
Listen to this story, Tommy.
A little while ago, I fell into a rabbit hole. Just trying to get introduced to what my cuz got going on. And I ended up getting pulled over. And I forgot that I had it on there. And every time you get pulled over, you want to put it on some type of, call your mentor, call your mom, call somebody. I put it on social media, and I heard it in the background, and I thought that was pretty funny about me. Like, damn, I got a serious problem with podcasting.
No, so this is so hilarious. So I'm looking at his story, and I hear my intro in the background, and I'm like, well, that's just
your intro.
Yeah,
my intro for the podcast, and I'm like, whoa, that's just a coincidence. That sounds like my song. And the police pulling him over. Like, Is he listening to my podcast while he's getting pulled over? Sure enough, he was.
I was.
That's just so funny. That is definitely ever. I appreciate you listening.
I'm an epic guy, dog. Let me tell you, man.
You set it up.
I set the whole thing up. Thanks, 12. Thanks.
Man.
No, but you got to learn how to handle these situations, even in a sticky situation, man. You gotta learn how to present yourself and hold your square.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't stoic, and a lot of people don't even believe what the fuck they're saying, these days. So I just stand firm and handle every situation in peace and humble myself. And like right now, I'm humbling myself. I'm telling you, man, you are so awesome, Kenda. You're doing a good thing, and I just want to see you keep growing and keep moving and grooving with the right people and with the right crowd, and you're just gonna.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Can I speak on that?
Go for it, I guess.
I met her. When did I meet you?
You met me on Lachelle Hooks.
Shine Your Light
Shine Your Light podcast. Shout out to Lachelle. I love you.
And the minute she sat down, I was like, she's different.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Absolutely. First, she smelled amazing. I'll never forget that. I'm like, what is that? Who are you? And she just emitted like this energy that was like very, very like transparent and like intoxicating. So like it was. I was like, no, you were like the most like positive person I've ever met. So I really appreciate it. And I have to continuously say that because I have to make sure you know that I'm serious about it.
Oh, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy, you gotta come see me all the time.
Yeah, I can definitely hop on that bandwagon. Second that emotion.
Y'all are sweet. Don't get me all up in here.
No, it's you. It ain't gotta be sweet. You doing it. So you just keep living your thing.
I appreciate it.
And, as long as like I got into a conversation with this woman, and she just really she picked up what I was putting down. It's just birds of a feather flock together.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
I have a small with that.
What are you talking about?
The birds of the feather flock together comment.
Okay.
Because I know people who flock together and ain't nothing alike.
Opposites attract.
Yeah. I really honestly think that I like being around people who are different than I am because I always learn something and I always get a new perspective.
It's just like with the band Outkast. Just because they got two different styles, but somehow they jam and they rock together. You know what I'm saying? So,
ooh, I like that. You definitely, that was a good one.
Yes, I got
to pull it right back into that.
I got a lot of good ones, y'all. I got a lot of good ones, y'all.
That was good.
I mean, I think that it's good when you can have some other perspective. I think that it's all about understanding again.
It is.
As long as you have that will to understand, like you don't have to be perfect, but if you're willing, you can have that. What was it? It's not apathy, it's empathy, right?
Empathy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people don't have empathy. It's hard for them to identify with someone else's pain. They only see themselves and what they've gone through.
Yeah.
Which a lot of times people who lack empathy lack emotional intelligence too.
And those are called sociopaths.
And it can get pretty tricky.
Yeah, so you gotta watch out for the wolves in sheep clothing.
Absolutely.
With those fake feathers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That
part is deep.
Yeah.
It is. Well, let me ask you a couple questions today because I want to get the people a clear understanding of who you are, your brand, where you're taking your brand, and what else they have to look forward to when it comes to what you're doing with facts by fiction. So tell me a little bit about what your journey is. Like what have you experienced so far as you've been, putting your brand out there, selling your merchandise, basically representing yourself. Tell me a little bit about that.
I find that with my brand, like I'm finding myself with my brand.
They say it's a spiritual journey.
It is, and the only way it is going to be spiritual is when you find that community, when find your flock,
Your tribe.
your tribe, you know.
Mhm.
And I'm finding my self identity within my brand. Like from that fail quote that you read, that's me. That's me turning my losses into lessons.
Ooh.
That's me turning my pain
Into
into
power.
in a power. That's me turning my pain into my passion.
Mhm.
That's me turning my passion into fashion. That's me turning my passion into profit.
Yeah.
That's me turning
That's you feeling alive,
yeah,
bro.
lemons into lemonade. You know, it's
Yeah.
making the best out of the situation. But the only way you're gonna actually find yourself is if you're transparent with yourself.
Mhm.
And sometimes you don't want to be. You don't want to be truthful. You don't want to be honest. I come from Milwaukee, and it's a veil that we wear over our eyes and over everyone's eyes in high school, like your son asking for the Balenciaga. I've been there. I couldn't afford it. We couldn't
Yeah, I used
afford
to
it.
ask my mom for Jordan. Shame on me.
Yeah, you know, like, but it's just that facade, and once you drop that veil,
Yeah.
once you drop those that ego, that persona, that bravado, those are facts.
Yeah.
It's just truth.
Yeah.
And it's told by who? A liar?
That's what's so dope about the name of your brand. Listen, y'all, facts by fiction with P's.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Facts
spell facts
by
PHAX. PHAX. You can follow me on Instagram, fiction15. That's PHIXION 15.
And how do they buy merchandise?
Well, segue into what you were just talking about, what's going on, what's coming up. I just recently got my brand sold it to a black owned beauty supply store at Midtown Center.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
it's called Black Beauty Beauty Supply. It's a black owned beauty supply store.
Which we actually should have a lot more black owned.
Yes, we should. I mean,
I'm actually surprised we don't.
We're the biggest shoppers. We're the biggest consumers. Why aren't we supporting a black owned beauty supply store?
Right.
Why aren't we building that in our community? Why aren't we? And
I've been in there a few times.
Yeah, it's kind of nostalgic for me too, because I grew up again in Milwaukee, and I used to go to Capitol Court all the time.
Man,
you know what I mean? So it's like I'm back at Capitol Court down there selling my stuff. You know, like hey yo. So it's like, man,
I think Capitol Court was dope.
It was hella dope.
Man.
Hella dope. Am I thinking about it wrong? Because sometimes we be having our memories.
It's because it was our era. It was our time. We was there a lot, hanging out, and so to us, it was dope.
It was the place to be.
It was.
And just to be
remember
back
North
there,
Ridge was the place to be too.
Got you young for Capitol Court.
Yeah,
I don't remember Capitol Court.
Man,
I don't believe y'all.
So do we remember it bad?
Y'all need more facts. What y'all remember about Capitol Court? I'm quizzing y'all.
Dude, I remember.
Give me a store.
The food court.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was in the food court?
Dang, I remember it was a lot of food.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell wasn't.
I just remember it was some stuff in there, man.
I remember their cups. I remember the cups that was sold at the food court.
It used to be a Playmakers in there.
There's a Playmakers there. There was a Baskin Robbins.
Wasn't it like a CD store?
Sam Goody.
Sam Goody was there.
Mm-hmm.
County seat.
You really remember?
That's where the Levi's was born.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm old school. This is one thing I don't remember. There was an underground tunnel that started at Target and went all the way to the other side to like Capitol Drive. That's where all the deliveries came in. We used to ride our bike under there. You can go.
Wow.
All the deliveries came under. You never saw no trucks on the outside of Capitol Court. They were all delivered underground.
Wait, where was Target? Where was Target?
Target was where Walmart is now.
Wow.
In Brown Deer?
No, at Capitol Court.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got
and
you.
Capitol Court.
Man, and that pisses me off every time I go there and I see that vacant building.
Mm-hmm.
They
Because
need to do
remember,
something with
what
that.
Walmart is one end of Capitol Court was, and shit, damn near where Pick and Save was the other end,
Yeah.
and it went all the way, and that was all the mall inside,
Yeah.
and then
Damn, I don't even remember a Target being there. See, we be reminiscing on stuff, but
I
we
just
don't even
remember
have
catching
the
a
full
bus there.
recollection.
dude, they used to have a
of it.
whole Boston store in Capitol Court,
I do not remember that.
and then it moved over to where Jail Marcus is, and that was Boston. That was Boston store.
I remember
I'm-
Marcus. I
I'm
remember
50.
Jail Marcus.
My memory is
a
flawed.
I'm
mother.
50. I used to that was my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
gold mine was the damn that was the arcade and Capitol Court. We used to go.
Oh damn. Mom,
I
was
remember
too
the
young for
arcade
that.
I had
think
in
I
a
was-
blur.
My mom would never let me
When
go.
you told me
there.
how
I
old
was
you
in
were, I
high
was like, you
school.
don't remember Capitol Court.
I was in high
Oh,
school
I
and I
know.
was.
I guess I don't.
We would go. We would go, and we wouldn't stay long because
it was rough then.
Yeah.
It got rough. At one point, it got rough.
rougher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it got rough. At one point, that was the mall.
Yeah.
They had a movie theater where Playmakers is now. It was where Capitol Court Theater was. There used to be a movie theater there.
Wow. Well, I used to get my Frosty jeans, my Frosty Guest jeans with the color stitchings from the Playmakers up in there.
What?
Yes, they need to bring them back. By the way,
Hey, they might be coming back around.
man, they need to bring back the
Frosty,
Frosties
the Frosty
with the jacket.
Yeah.
You had the whole suit. You had the whole
Yes, I
fit.
had the whole suit. I had the metallic pink one.
I think you should hold on to them shits, man. Fashion is always gonna repeat itself because people
Yeah.
don't know how to, they don't know how to switch it up. Man, I got a pair of overalls that I'm still holding on to.
Overalls need to come back
Yeah.
Man, they are. I see them a lot more in the department
with
stores.
the one strapped down.
Well, I haven't
No,
seen
they ain't
anybody-
rocking them.
They ain't gonna
I
run the
haven't
one
seen them
strapped
rock
down.
them properly, man.
Oh, yeah,
They got one
straight
strapped down.
with it,
They
yeah.
gotta wear them like
I had
that.
a pair of Guess overalls.
Man,
Yeah.
good
You was
memories.
rich. You was rich when you had a pair of Guess overalls.
Man,
But
I used to love my
y'all
guests.
see how y'all feel when y'all talk about Capitol Court. That's how I feel when I talk about Black beauty. Like,
Yeah,
it's there, y'all. It's
Mhm.
there.
go.
Dude, right in the
visit.
middle of the city was a venture where everybody black could go and actually go and shop
Mm.
right in the middle of the damn city. Now look at it.
Right.
And they tried to redo it with Midtown, but it
ain't doing
it didn't kick it like that.
It ain't had the same feel.
No, even Bayshore doesn't have the same feel, but
Nah.
Nothing has the same feel no more
No.
because it just doesn't feel the same because we growing up in a new way of living now.
well, since we're talking about the new age, let's get back to you. What does facts by fiction mean? What does it mean to you?
I think we've been talking about it this whole time. Like, facts by fiction is truth, but I mean, I get wisdoms from strangers, and with my discerning heart, my discerning ear, it's really cool to decipher bullshit from the truth. But you got to understand that there is some truth in bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to filter. So my mind is a fucking filter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As I filter these thoughts out, it just seeps in, and then I can regurgitate it and twist it and make it my own. And
I love the quotes. Like, how do you come up with what to put on the shirt?
my life.
Wow. And what's like one of your most recent quotes that you've put on your merch?
The one that you just read. But I do have a new quote that's coming out. I'm getting that mass produced, and I'm going to be getting that started in the month of December.
Nice.
I would like to tell you, but I can't. If I did, I would have to kill you. But I'm joking. But yeah. But it's near and dear to me, and the only way I can make my life quotes is if I keep living life.
Yeah. You gotta live.
And a lot of things that I say, it's just like some people don't resonate with it, and some people resonate with it. Some people don't understand it, and you just really can't. You really can't feed pearls to swines. You know,
Yeah.
people that don't
That's
understand the message, you know, you really can't just you can't bear fruit on those. You know, you gotta be careful with who you invest in. That's why I always say invest in what's best.
Yeah.
And that's why I've invested in myself.
You got to invest in yourself. You got to. You have to.
Yeah.
Man. If you don't do that, then you're losing. At the end of the day, you're losing time. You're losing. Your dream is just fading away. You know, so you gotta stay on top of that.
You can never get that shit back, man.
No, you can't get it back. I was just saying, sometimes you gotta turn down things or sacrifice hanging out or spending money and doing certain things because you got a goal that you got to achieve. And so you got to tell your people no, you got to be less available and you got to focus.
There's power in the word no.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since November, and I turned 33 in October. I'm a Libra, by the way. But ever since I've turned 33, I've learned how to say no.
That's good.
I've learned how to say no to other people, other situations, but more or less no to myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, accountability. That's what Facts by
Man,
is.
let's
Accountability, you know?
Yeah.
Just truth. Like the way you love yourself, you'll be telling yourself no more than you'll be saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's been times where I've been wanting to go out and I'm telling myself, yo, man, I know you want to go out and you're going to have a real good time and you're going to meet a bunch of cool people and you're going to network.
You got to network.
But I would be remiss if I was to let you go out because you're not gonna come home in time. You're gonna get up late, and then you're gonna be pissed off at yourself. And I'll be damned if I'm beating up on myself.
It's some kind of sacrifice involved.
You have to. I don't know if it's sacrificing.
I think it is.
What are you sacrificing?
You're sacrificing fun for focus.
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah,
I can receive that, but I mean, is that really a sacrifice?
I mean, it depends on what you want out of life.
Good times is always going to be there. There is always another baddie turning 18 every day. Every year, it's a whole new season out there. You're best to stick inside and grind.
Do what you got to do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. You know what you can afford, what you can't afford. You know when you need to spend time working on your business.
But the way you said what you can afford.
Yeah.
Because when you say that, I think of self-worth. A lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
You gotta find something. You gotta find something that's worth what, the sacrifice?
And that's what I mean when I say you know what you can afford. It really comes back to what you value.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I value is typically what I can afford. You know what I'm saying? If I don't value it, I'm not going to spend on it.
Mm-hmm.
Spending it's not just monetary.
Mm-hmm.
Spending is time.
Spending
we buy a lot of things with time. We buy a lot of things with energy. Doesn't always have to be monetary. So you know, like you said, you know what you're worth. You know what you find valuable. And so you just got to act like it.
Yeah. I done spent a lot of time hanging around with these skeezers. No, I'm just I will never get that time back. These bitches owe me. You owe me.
I'm done.
I got a rebate check on that ass, bitch.
I got a rebate check. I'm done.
Oh man. But yeah, so
man.
where I'm going is I just see myself moving forward as long as, again, you stick with your tribe, you stick with yourself. We got poetry going on in Racine now. It used to be here at Happy Days.
Yeah.
Peace to Happy Days. I know that they're doing well. Patrice is her self-wellness.
Yeah.
But they done moved on, and we've all moved. We're moving along, and we're moving forward.
Yeah.
And
You guys are still doing poetry at the Q though, right?
yeah, poetry at the Q. I would have been at the Pepper Pot. Shouts to DJ Get Money and Trunk.
Shout out.
Yep. At the Pepper Pot on Wednesdays, at Freight 38 on Thursdays, and at the Q. Shout outs to the Q. It's a wonderful black restaurant. Mac and cheese be banging.
Gotta try their food.
Yeah, they got a wonderful poetry night on Tuesdays as well.
Call me when you go, cause I'm pulling up.
You want to pull up, but I'm at the pop up. I got pop ups.
See, he at the pop up. I can't pull up. When he at the pop up, I gotta come to the pop up. I can't pull up.
look, man. All we want is your energy. You show up, you show out.
Yeah,
that's what's word.
Speaking of that, though, I see Rose. She's been doing her poetry. Shout out to my sis Rose. Rose Creates on Facebook. She makes customized reefs and other pieces of art. Shout out to sis. I see Monte. Shout out to Cuz
Apollo 517.
Man, you can find him on IG. That's my cousin. He's also cool, like super cool and suave with the poetry.
And it's
like
just,
it's super deep. I love it.
We just cultivated this whole movement. Facts by Fiction isn't just like a fashion like this. It's a movement. I mean, once you have a one-track mind on success, once you have a one-track mind on accountability, iron sharpening iron, just getting along and moving along and moving in a set unit and knowing what you want, having that self.
Yeah, you got to.
That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
I think that's a huge thing too, is people wonder, like, can I really have this for real? Like, man, it seems so far-fetched. Like, that's can I really do it?
That's the question of being worthy.
Yeah.
I think you and I had a conversation about that down there last week when I had reached out to you. When you just on autopilot and you're just doing all of these things, how do you still feel worthy? Like, how do you even find being worthy? Like, with finding yourself, how do you find self-worth within yourself?
Right.
That's a tough question.
And some people identify their self-worth with like their career or their credentials, or how much money they got. Or even how much material items that they may possess. But it's so much bigger than that. When you strip those things away, what's left? You know what I'm saying? When those things are taken away from you, who are you?
Exactly.
And I think that's where it gets tough for some.
One of my big brothers, his Uncle Trub, actually, he told me to be careful when I'm going out and I'm having a great time and becoming the man of the moment, because once that moment burns out, who are you really? You can say the right things and you can buy the right drinks and you can wear the right clothes, but once those lights turn on and you seeing who people really are for who they really are.
Man, I had a moment like that. I had a moment like that. That's when they be saying the beer goggles.
Yeah. And some people wear beer goggles on life, period.
Yeah, that's how they walk around.
Yeah, with the beer goggles.
With the beer goggles, man. Real intense, too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some people actually do live like that. I think that if you can pretend you're something, then it gives you that facade that there is some control there and that there's a reward happening. Really, it's all temporary. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still got to wake up the next day and deal with your shit. Like,
yeah, that's called imposter syndrome. Yeah.
Woo, people got that bad.
Yeah, we all got that bad in a way. I think we all have that bad when we living in our ego. There's this book. I would love to know the authors of these books, but I'm such an avid reader. But there's this book called The Egg, The Ego, and the something I can't remember. But it's all about just living in these traits, these facades. That's actually what my tattoo Proverbs 3 is all about, you know, and it's surrounded around dead wood. And I get this measurement of dead wood because it's like dead wood is needed, you know, once you burn away all of those ambers, those egos, the veil,
Yeah.
the characteristics that we build up to be this popular person in everyone else's eyes. Who are you really?
Mhm.
Sigmund Freud? Freud? Yeah, is that what Freud?
Is that who it was?
Mm.
The ego and the id.
Yes.
That's dope.
Yes.
I
Yes.
need that.
My man quoting Freud.
He out here
You
doing
know what I'm
things.
saying?
Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Look at that. Look.
I heard it like, what?
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's what fiction is. That's where the fiction plays in. Cause I don't know, you know.
Right.
I'm doing these things and I'm moving and I'm growing. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you came today.
Yeah.
It's important to me that you get to show people who you are so they can, you know, get to the core of Judge Rodgers.
Hey.
They see you at these events.
Yeah.
You know, they see you out here grinding. I see you.
It's a small city when you out here doing things. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep on moving. I'm gonna keep on doing this whole thing that we call a movement. And you know, like we said in the back room, I would refuse to stand still because stagnant water stinks.
Man, who you telling? Let's go. That's powerful. That's powerful. You can't just be sitting on your behind. You can't just be hoping things happen.
Well, you can
gotta,
hope.
You know, hope ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Well,
Who
you
was
got
that saying that? Was it Gregory? Ah,
I mean, listen to this.
Big Gregory?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't just be whatever you tell yourself. You're telling all the million cells in your body that's truth.
Yeah, but I would say like you have to start with hope. Like,
You got to start there, yes.
yeah.
But don't just be hoping and wishing.
Oh no,
I know some people that
faith
just
without
be like,
works is death.
yeah, that's where I'm getting at.
Yeah,
That's where
of
I'm
course.
getting at.
So, but for instance, that was one of my first quotes. I think I got it on here. It says, "Hope sees the invisible, it feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible." When I first started Facts by Fiction, nobody believed in this.
Mm.
They said stick to rapping. Now nobody don't even know that I be fucking rapping.
I gotta tell them.
They want to buy my sweatshirts, nigga. Buy an album, nigga. Buy a stream, nigga. Nah, but like no one's seen that vision. No one could feel what I was feeling when I started this.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's a lot of the times that is how it is. People don't see it. They don't see it right away until it takes off. You know, that's when everybody's like, "Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Like, I want parts in that."
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I've been telling you this was hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been telling you this.
I've been there. I'm there now, and I'm just gonna keep on being there because people are not gonna see your vision.
Yeah.
I see your vision. I see you.
Yeah.
Avatar.
I like when Steve Harvey said that too. He said, don't be telling your vision to folks because you get to telling people your vision, they're not gonna see it, you know. So what they're gonna do is speak death into it.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be like, "You sure you want to do that?" Like, well, I know this one person who went through that and it didn't work out. Or it's a lot of people doing that. You sure you don't want to find something different?
You got to be careful who you hang around with.
You got to be
That's
careful
the wrong
who you
person
hang
to hang
around
around
with.
with.
And you also got to be careful who you dish shit to.
Oh yeah,
Because sometimes you can hang around people, but that don't mean you should dish everything to them. You know what I'm saying?
Jordan Peterson is a good author of mine. He wrote 12 Rules for Life. He says, be careful with who you share your good news with, and be careful with who you share your bad news with.
Yeah. You
want somebody to relish in your achievements and mourn with you in your sorrows.
Man, that's powerful.
And that's when you find a good friend, even if it ain't got nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'm so happy for you. That's why I'm so happy for your achievements because
I'm happy for you too.
Because that's what we do, you know.
Yeah.
And these are the type of people that you got to move and groove with because these people are going to feel what you feel when you feel it. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. That is very important. I think that's one of the biggest lessons in life, man, is that you got the right people around you, and you can be in some pretty hurtful situations if you're not careful. You know,
For sure.
I mean, your heart can be broken forever.
Because you're dealing with the wrong people.
Yeah, your heart can be broken forever if you're dealing with the wrong people. So,
yeah.
Like you were saying earlier, stop trying to please people. You know, please you. Do what works for you, and the right people will be there.
You know, also in the 12 Rules for Life, Jordan Peterson said, I forget what chapter it was, but he says you want to take care of yourself like you're taking care of someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that.
We got children and got pets. Like, you will never let them skip out on anything. Like, and if they're doing something that you find annoying, you're gonna call them out on their shit because you don't want that job to be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing something that is annoying and like at your own demise, you will be remiss if you didn't check yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have self-awareness to check themselves because they just want to lie to themselves. That's not what it is. That's not facts.
Right.
You know, that's a falsetto, you know, and I don't settle for shit. I don't settle for shit. You know, so that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah. You definitely can't settle. You have to put your best foot forward, like you said. You got to really know what you want too.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You know, because don't go half stepping either. You know, I kind of want this, but you know, I don't really know. But you know, when you get the feeling like that, I think it's like, okay, now you need to take a pause.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now it's time to take a little break, because don't you dare start putting all that effort into something that you aren't really sure that you want. And don't start doing it too because you think that it's going to please others. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, cuz it's a lot. Being a business owner is one of the toughest lessons in itself.
Yeah.
Taking something that you create, it's unique. Like you said, not a lot of people are going to see the vision. And you know, though, that if you're going to do this, somebody has to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody has to see it. So
everybody's going to see it.
Yeah.
Everybody going to see it.
But are they going to see it? You feel me? Like, it's one thing to see something on the surface, but to see it within, like to really see it deeply, is like a whole nother thing.
I see you. I see.
Yeah. So, but this was great. I want to thank you again for coming on, Tommy. It's been a pleasure, man.
My pleasure.
Man, it's been an absolute pleasure. This was great. A great ending to the month of November to have you on. Speaking facts, speaking fiction. Mm-hmm. Dude, you probably got more quotes than me. And Tommy, you know, I be on social media trying to drop some quotes.
Trying to drop some knowledge. He dropping Freud.
He dropping Freud. He got to come back.
I would love to be back. Thank you.
Yeah, you definitely dropped some books I got to read. Because what?
I ain't reading Freud.
It's a tough read, man.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no easy shit to read. I'm good. I'll wait for your quote.
Not a shirt. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, if you like the brand and you like the message and you appreciate the movement and you can move with us and you can groove with us, you should definitely support the hustle. Come out to Black Beauty, Black-owned beauty supply store
at Midtown.
Other than that, yep.
Facts by fiction. Look at this.
Yeah,
it's so pretty. You see the glitter. He actually gave me this for my birthday present.
Yeah.
So I really, really love it. This is my favorite color too, by the way.
That's what's up, man. I really don't remember that, but I
he doesn't even remember.
I do a lot of like weird stuff.
Yeah,
like, man.
But he remembers Freud.
Right. I don't remember that, but I remember the end and
how the hell you remember that?
The ego and the end.
Right.
I don't remember a lot of stuff, man. That's, you know what?
How the hell you remember Freud?
Honestly, y'all, look. Okay, fun story. Like
Hey,
I'm not-
Freud is mad sexual too, so that's why I remember that shit. That's why. Now I know.
I'm a sexual brother. You know. All right. The bag is up. The jig is up.
He mad sexual.
I got a thong on. No,
I'm done. You cooked me with
Episode
that.
over.
Oh man.
Good times.
Nah, but I definitely want you guys to support the message and at least take some type of accountability and find some type of self-worth within yourself.
Yes.
Thank you again. I really appreciate this.
You're welcome.
I love your nails.
Thanks. These are the eye.
Yes.
I got my nails done with the eye on almost each finger because I saw a lot. I saw a lot this year. So this was me saying my eyes are open. It was a symbol for me. So yeah, even nail art can be something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
Shout outs to all the nail technicians.
yeah, they're important. Man, during the pandemic, it was rough without my nail techs.
Mm.
But yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up. I appreciate every single one of you tapping in, watching, listening, sharing your opinions, and just chiming in and taking in the vibes, man. And I will see y'all next month because it's over. November over.
Peace, y'all.
Bye, y'all.